All right, well, today we're going to take this into a lot of hip openings. So just kind of have that in mind, a lot of lengthening through the hamstrings, definitely getting in the thighs quite a bit. So just work things as best you can. And to start, let's take this into a cross-legged seat. Now you can take a more formal seated posture if you like, but from wherever you want, let's start on the same page here. Bring your right leg in first and the left leg in front. And arrange this so you can actually sit this upright without a whole lot of effort. So if your hips are tight and your knees are pretty high up off the floor, go ahead and slide the feet forward, let the knees go wide. But arrange this again so you can actually tilt your pelvis forward and stay upright without too much effort. Now if you need to, you can bring your hands down to your sides, but otherwise go ahead and bring your arms to your lap. Palms open toward the ceiling. And engage this. So keep some tension through the belly, around the little ribs. Reach the top of your head straight up, bring your chin in just a little bit. And be sure the shoulders stay relaxed. Keep your neck nice and long. And just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in. Let your mind quiet down. And then with your eyes closed here, take a moment just to scan your position. Try to relax around the hips as best you can. And keep that tension around the midsection, through the belly, around the waist as well to keep your torso upright. Be sure the shoulders are still relaxed. And then start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, open your eyes. Now go ahead and set your hands down behind you. Lean back. Reverse the cross of your legs. So it's going to be left leg in first, right leg in front. And again, arrange this so you can actually sit this upright without a whole lot of effort. And then let's move slowly here. So with your next inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach this up high. And then with the exhale this time, lean to the right side. Right hand to the floor, left arm reaching right, and just stretch this out long. Bring your gaze up high. With your next inhale, come back to center. Reach straight up. And then with the exhale, lean left. Left hand down, right arm reaching left. Stretch out long here. Keep your gaze high. With your next inhale, bring it back to vertical. Reach straight up. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down through center. Set your hands down behind you. Lean back. And then from here, just go ahead, release the cross of your legs. We're going to take this to Lord of the Fishes. So bring the right heel outside your left hip and step the left foot outside the right thigh. Now take a moment here and get both sit bones down to the floor. And if your hips are tight, if you need to back off, you can always straighten the right leg with the left leg crossed. Now set your left hand down behind you when you're ready. We're going to go back and forth before we settle into the twist. So with your next inhale, reach the right arm high. And then with the exhale, right elbow comes down past your left thigh. Inhale, turn to center. Reach that right arm up again. Exhale, twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. Inhale, back to center. Reach the right arm up. And then with the exhale, twist one more time. Right elbow past your left thigh and hold here. Now keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head straight up toward the ceiling. Bring your gaze over the left shoulder and use your right arm. Press it into your left leg. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Turn back to center, hands behind. Reverse the cross. Bring the left heel outside the right hip. Right foot steps outside your left thigh. And take a moment to get both sit bones down. You can always extend the left leg if you need to. When you're ready, set the right hand down behind you. And again, back and forth. With an inhale, reach your left arm up high. Exhale, twist. Left elbow past your right thigh. Inhale, turn back to center, reach up. Exhale, twist, left elbow past the right thigh again. Inhale, back to center, reach the left arm high. Exhale, twist one more time, left elbow past the right thigh. Now again, sit this up tall. Bring the gaze back over the right shoulder and use that left arm. Press it into your right leg here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Bring the left hand down behind you. Lean back, uncross the legs. And then just cross at the ankles. Roll forward your hands. Find all fours. And once you come into all fours, just take a moment here. Move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers. Let the shoulders and hips move a bit. And then just come back into center. Now from all fours, let's take this into the wrist right away. So with your palms facing down, one by one, rotate your hands. Fingertips out to the sides. Try to point your fingers in toward your knees. Do that on both sides. Spread your fingers out wide. Grip the floor with your fingertips. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Spread your shoulder blades apart. And this may be enough right here. Now you can always walk the knees forward if you want to make this less intense, but if you want to take it further, see about walking your knees straight back, still with straight arms, still with your palms flat, and that might be enough. And if you can take it even further, see about just stepping the right foot straight back, and then bring your right knee down. Left foot steps back, and bring your left knee down. Still grip with your fingertips. Step the right foot back again. Right knee comes down. Step your left foot back. And then put the left knee down. Now one more round. Right foot straight back, and bring the right knee down. Left foot goes straight back, and then bring that knee down. And then go ahead, walk your knees forward if you took this back a little bit longer. Come up onto the fingertips from wherever you are and bring the hands in closer to your knees, maybe within about one hand's length. Now this time, go ahead and flip your hands over. So backs of the hands down, palms facing up, fingertips pointing toward you. Now flatten the hands, spread the fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, press your spine up toward the ceiling, keep your spine lifted. And just keep that tension in your hands, keep breathing with this. Now, you can always keep most of the weight in the legs. You can lean further forward toward the hands. But if you can take this further, keep your fingertips pressing down. Keep your arms straight as you can. And then just step the right foot down out to your side. And then come back down on the right knee. And step the left foot out to the side. And then bring the left knee down. Right foot out to the side again. And then set the right knee down. Left foot toward the side. And then set your left knee down. Take it one more round. Step your right foot out to the side. And then bring your right knee down. Step your left foot out to the side. And then set that knee down. And then come up onto your fingertips. Come down to sitting on your heels. And just take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then come back into all fours. And we'll take this into hip mobility here before we go anywhere else. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips here to begin. Keep your chest facing down. Keep your gaze toward the floor, but stretch your spine long. So rather than hanging your head down, reach forward through the top of your head and just keep your gaze down to the mat. Now as you press into your hands, put the weight to your left knee, hover the right, keep the right knee bent and keep the right leg tense. And then lift the right knee out to the side as high as you can. And then bring the right knee back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Right knee out to the side. Now keep it lifted. Keep the toes pointed, right? And as you hold this, keep your chest facing down. Try to keep the right knee in place where it is. But pivot from the right hip. Bring the big toe down to the floor. Pivot from the hip and lift the foot. Pivot from the hip. Bring the big toe down. Pivot from the hip to lift. Pivot from the hip. Bring the big toe down. Pivot from the hip to lift. And then set the right knee down, come back to all fours, and just move around for a moment. I'm just turning for the camera here, but we'll take this on the other side. So still on all fours, still with your chest facing down. Keep your spine long, keep your neck long. Put the weight to the right knee, hover the left, and keep the left knee bent. Now left knee to the side, high as you can lift. And then fold the left leg in. Left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Left knee out to the side again. Now keep it lifted, keep the toes pointed left, and try to keep that left knee in place. Keep your chest facing down. Pivot from the left hip, bring the big toe to the floor. Pivot from the hip to lift. Pivot from the hip, big toe down. Pivot from the hip to lift. Pivot from the hip, big toe down. Pivot from the hip to lift. And then go ahead and set the left knee down and just move through the hips again. And we'll take it to the other side. So again, still in all fours. Keep your chest facing down. And then just hover the right knee up off the mat. Now right knee to the side high as you can lift, hold here. Keep the toes pointed right. Now with an inhale, extend the right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, pull it in close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Now inhale the right leg back one more time and hold here. Now I'm going to take a modified side plank. So the weight's going to go to your left hand. Bring the left hand a little bit further left and then come up onto the fingertips of the right. Now you can just stay here. Right shoulder and right hip higher than the left. If you can go further, maybe bring the right hand to your right hip and maybe just reach that right arm high. Hold your balance and breathe. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come back down, come back to all fours. And then let's take this on the other side. So still on all fours with your chest facing down. Put the weight to your right knee and then hover the left. Now left knee out to the side high as you can lift. Keep the toes pointed left. And then with an inhale, extend the left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, pull it in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Now inhale, extend the left leg back. Now keep that leg back. And we're going to take this towards side plank again. So shift the right hand a little bit further right. And then come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Be sure you can keep your balance and stay open to the side. Now if you can go further, maybe bring the left hand to your left hip. Maybe reach your left arm high. And then release this. Come back down, come back to all fours. And move around for a moment. Now, when you're ready from here, go ahead, walk your knees forward behind your wrists, and then bring the knees out wider and point the big toes in toward each other. Come down to sitting on your heels. Now, I want to take this into some bridging. So bring your hands behind your shoulders, about shoulder width. And keep in mind, to make this work, you need to engage. Kick your feet down into the floor. Squeeze your glutes as you press your hips up and forward. Now, hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Try to stay lifted and stay on your fingertips. You can set the palms down if you need to. But let's take this back and forth. So with an inhale, kick into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips forward. And then with the exhale, sink back down. Inhale, kick into the floor. Lift your hips. Open up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift up one more time, hold here. Now let your head fall back as you kick into the floor. Keep the glutes tense. Try to stay light on the fingertips. Maybe even hover your hands. And then go ahead and bring this all the way back down. Now I want to go back and forth, and this time take it with a twist. So this time left hand stays down. When you're ready, with an inhale, sweep the right arm left and open up. Lift your hips. Exhale, come back down. Other side, inhale, sweep the left arm right, open up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep the right arm left again. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, sweep your left arm right. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep the right arm left, hold here. Now stretch your right arm long, let your head fall back, keep kicking down, and keep your glutes squeezing, keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come all the way down. Other side, when you're ready, with an inhale, sweep your left arm right, open up and hold here. Stretch the left arm long, let your head fall back, keep the glutes squeezing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come back down. And then once you come back down, just bring your hands forward here for a moment. And then go ahead and from all fours, tuck your toes, walk your feet to the back of the mat. And let's bring this into a deep squat. So I want you to set the feet up wide, a little wider than your hips. Heels in, toes out, and you can always change this if you need to, but keep the heels down. Now bring your hips down low, and if your hips are tight, maybe just keep the thighs toward knee level so the hips are basically parallel to the floor. The thighs are basically parallel to the floor, and you can hold here. If you can come down deeper, go ahead and sink into your depth. And just feel this out for a moment. Now you can always change the angle of the feet. You can bring the feet in narrower, maybe step out even wider. It all depends on how you're shaped. And then we're going to move from here to warm things up further. So go ahead and bring your fingertips down to the floor in front of you. Lift your hips up a little bit so you're ready to move. And the toes are going to stay in place. Now when you're ready, walk your hands forward, lift your heels, stretch this out, touch your knees down to the mat. And then walk back in, set your heels down, come back to the squat. And then again, walk your hands forward, stretch this out, touch your knees down. Walk it back in, And come back to that squat again. Hands to the floor, walk this forward, just stretch it out long. Walk back in and set your heels down. And this time we'll take it side to side. So walk your hands over to the right, keep your toes in place. Walk this back into center, set your feet down flat. And then walk it out, hands go over to the left. Walk back in, come back to that squat. And then again, walk this over to the right, stretch out long. Bring it back to center, back to your squat. Walk this out over to the left again. And then come back into center here. One more round, walk it over to the right. And then come back into center. And then walk this out over to your left side. And bring it back to center, settle in one more time, back to that squat. And then when you're ready, bring your fingertips down, bring your hips up high, and just stay loose, shake out your legs. And just breathe. Now you can always just stay here and take a longer time to breathe if you need to stay loose. Maybe take another stretch, but your hips are already high, so if you're ready, just walk your hands forward and bring yourself into downward facing dog. Now once you find your position, just take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest down low. And as your chest sinks down, press your hips up high toward the ceiling. So keep the upper body in one long straight line. Keep some engagement here. Hold some tension through the belly and around the low ribs. Now as your hips press up, if your legs feel tight, go ahead and bend your knees. And you can always just stay loose and pedal this out. Move your hips from side to side. When you're ready, you take an inhale. Now with the exhale, go ahead, bend the knees, look forward and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees, let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round, and let everything go loose. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows and maybe shake the side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready for me, just release any grip that you have, but keep the knees bent to begin and restack your spine. So just slowly round this up to vertical, bring your head up last, and open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready here with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift this up halfway, fingertips look forward to the shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here, wrists sink the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you, and press your spine up toward the ceiling. Try to keep your spine lifted as the highest point between the shoulder blades. Pull in through your belly, draw in from the ribs. Use your core to hold your hips underneath the shoulders and heels as best you can. And then take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows bent straight back. Bring your chin and chest down low. And then with an inhale, straighten your arms, pull your chest forward, come to upward facing dog. Squeeze your glutes, kick into your feet. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in, hips up high, and come back to down dog. And we'll take that version of a sun salutation a few times here. When you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, extend forward. Exhale, fold this down. Now inhale to standing, reach the arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, hands to the mat, step this back, come into high plank. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high, come back to down dog. 2 more times, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. Exhale, fold it back down again. Inhale, halfway lift here. And then with the exhale, hands to the floor, step it back to high plank. When you're ready, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly in. Hips up high to downward facing dog. One more round here, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. Exhale, fold all the way down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, set the hands, step it back to high plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull this forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in, bring your hips up high, come back to your down dog. And just take a moment here, paddle everything out and just breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you, and then come into a scorpion dog. Bend the right knee, hang the right foot over to the left. Now really work to open up your hips right above left. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, set the right foot down, back to downward facing dog. We're going to do the other side. Inhale your left leg up high. Now bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, open your hips, come into that scorpion dog. With your next inhale, square this up, straighten your leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, set the left foot down. Now from here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, but sink your hips down low. And then stay low here. Walk this forward. Step the right foot forward behind the right hand. Step the left foot forward behind the left. Now from here, you want to take this into balancing. Right foot comes between your hands. That's your base foot. Pull the left knee to your chest around your spine. Now take hold of the left knee and round this all the way up to standing. Now give yourself a moment here just to find your balance. Keep your gaze forward. And then bring your hands to your hips. Now as you hold your balance here, dig down into the right big toe, put a little bend in your right knee. And then when you're ready, we're going to take this to a warrior three. Just keep your gaze forward. Now slowly hinge from the right hip. Extend your left leg straight back. Now maybe you're more upright. Maybe come down toward parallel with the floor. But then bring yourself all the way back up to vertical with your left knee high. Now once you're up, hold your balance here with your right hand. Reach to the outside edge of the left knee. We're going to take a standing twist. Draw your left shoulder back, open your chest to the left side, stay tall. And this is good enough right here. Maybe reach your left arm back. And if you want to take hold of that left foot, you can extend that leg forward. Now we're still balancing here. When you're ready, just turn back to center. Hands to your hips, left knee still lifted. And then just like before, put a little bend in the right knee. Start to hinge from the right hip. Extend your left leg straight back, bring your lifted body into line. Maybe take it down toward parallel. And from your warrior three here, we're going to take a high lunge. Just slowly bend the right knee, step the left foot down behind you, and then bring your torso upright. Now don't expect to land in the perfect position here, so go ahead and adjust this. You can make this longer, you can make it wider, but see if you're on two separate tracks, but hips width distance apart. Deep bend of the right knee, left leg towards straight, pull the left hip forward and the right hip back. And then hands to your low back, palms facing away, spread the fingers wide, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. Now we're going to take this into the back leg, so take an inhale. With the exhale, dip into that left knee, come down low. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower again. Inhale, straighten. Now exhale, lower one more time. Hover the knee, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then bring that knee all the way down. Go ahead, flatten the left foot out behind you. And keep your hips stacked over the left knee here to start. Keep the right arm bound. Go ahead, bring your left hand down to the floor inside your right leg. And touch your belly to your right thigh. Now, walk the right foot forward a little bit toward the upright corner of the mat. And then just start to move hips forward and back, lifting the toes of the right foot. And try to keep your belly touching your right thigh. Now, you're looking for the stretch in the back of the right leg. And this is basically a half split variation that we're in here. And then when you're ready, just set the right foot down flat. Bring the left hand to your left hip. Bring your torso upright. Everything from the left knee on up stacks to vertical. Now, if you can take it further, maybe walk that right foot further forward. Try to keep that right foot flat and keep the foot set wide. And then reach your left arm high. Now, take an inhale here. Now, with the exhale, hinge forward halfway. Reach your left arm back. Inhale, bring this up to vertical with your left arm high. Exhale, hinge forward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up. Exhale, hinge forward, keep your gaze forward. Inhale, come up all the way one more time. Now with the exhale, hinge forward, stay low this time. Now bring the left hand to the floor, lift the toes of the right foot toward the ceiling, pull the right hip back and left hip forward, and then try to lift that right shoulder and twist, pressing your torso toward the right inner thigh. Now you can keep a bend in the right knee if you need to, and especially if your hamstrings are tight. If you can go further, maybe straighten that right leg, and maybe sink down and bring that left elbow down to the floor, but try to keep the right shoulder lifted and just breathe. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, set both hands down. Step the right foot back behind the right hand, and step the left foot forward behind the left hand. Now I'm going to take a very low variation of crow from here. So hands about shoulder width, fingertips down, dig your fingertips into the floor. And you don't have to come into the whole pose, keep in mind, but lift your heels, bring the knees outside your arms. So you're going to come down low. Now start to look forward, start to lean. Squeeze your legs in towards center. Now this could be enough. Be sure you're using your inner thighs. If you can take it further, move forward just a little bit. If you're going to balance it, try to lift your feet together, toes to touch, and this will let your body flatten out. And then when you're ready, just go ahead, step it back, find high plank. And we'll take this into your Vinyasa. So when you're ready, bring the shoulders, and go ahead and set your knees down. And then shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, straighten your arms, pull forward, upward dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high to down dog. Now we'll take all that on the other side. So from your downward facing dog, when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, sink toward the back of the mat. And then step this forward, right foot behind the right hand, left foot behind the left. Now this time, the left foot's your base. Put the left foot between your hands, pull the right knee to your chest around your spine. Now take hold of the right knee and bring this all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, give yourself a moment to find your balance here. Keep your gaze forward. And then bring your hands to your hips. Now just taking this toward that warrior three, put a little bend in your left knee and then go slow. Hinge from the left hip. Extend the right leg straight back. Bring your lifted body into line. Maybe come down toward parallel with the floor. Try to keep your hips squared. And then bring this back up. Right knee high, back to that knee raise. Now once you're ready here, take your standing twist. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Pull the right shoulder back, open your chest to the right side. This is good enough here. Keep your spine tall. If you want to go further, maybe reach that right arm back. And you can use the left hand, take hold of the right foot and extend the right leg if you want to go further yet. Just be sure you balance and still twist it at the same time. All right, slowly turn back to center. Hands to your hips, right knee still lifted. Let's come back to that warrior three. So hinge from left hip. Extend the right leg straight back. Maybe come down toward parallel with the floor. And then slowly from here, bend your left knee, bring the right foot down. Let's come into that long, high lunge stance. So deep bend the left knee, right leg towards straight. Adjust as you need to. Maybe take it longer, maybe take it wider, but feet on two separate tracks, at least hips width distance apart. Deep bend the left knee, right leg towards straight. Pull the right hip forward and left hip back. And then bring your hands to your low back. Interlace, or no, palms open. Fingers spread wide. Draw the shoulders back. Keep your chest open here. And keep your spine tall. We'll take this into the back leg as well. So take an inhale. With the exhale, dip into the right knee. Come down low. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Now exhale, lower one more time. Stay low here. Stay tall. And bring that right knee all the way down. Now go ahead, flatten the right foot. And keep your hips stacked over the right knee here to begin. Bring the right hand down inside your left leg. Left arm still bound. Now touch your belly to the left thigh. Just move back and forth. You feel that stretch on the back of the left leg. And see about walking that left foot further forward toward the front of the mat, toward the upper left corner. Now when you're ready from here, just go ahead and flatten the left foot. Keep your hips stacked over the right knee. And then right hand to your right hip. Bring yourself all the way upright. And just keep that left foot grounded. Left arm bound, right arm reaches high. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, hinge forward halfway, reach the right arm back. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, hinge forward, look forward, pull the left hip back. Inhale, come up to vertical again. Exhale, hinge forward, look forward. Inhale, bring it all the way up one more time. And then with the exhale, hinge down, look forward, hold here, and bring that right hand to the floor. Now keep your belly touching your right thigh. See about lifting the toes of the left foot. Now press on the left heel, pull the left hip back. This might be enough. Feel that stretch on the back of the left leg. If you want to take it further, slide that left heel toward the upper left corner of the mat and draw the left shoulder back and twist into this. Pull your belly in toward your inner left thigh. If you want to take it deeper, maybe sink down, bend into that right arm, maybe even bring the right elbow to the floor, but take this to where you can. Take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just bring both hands down inside that left foot. Slide the left foot back behind your left wrist. Step the right foot forward behind the right. And let's take this into that flattened crow setup from here. So hands are shoulder width, grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels, bring the knees outside your upper arms. Now look forward, lean forward, squeeze the legs in, and maybe just stay here as you're gripping the floor. If you want to go further, keep leaning. If you're going to lift your feet, lift them together, big toes to touch, let your body flatten out. Keep the thighs squeezing in. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead, step it back and find your high plank. And we'll take the transition from here. So when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull forward. Straighten your arms, upward facing dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly in. Bring the hips up high to down dog. Paddle out here and breathe. Now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And then come into your scorpion dog. So bend the right knee, hang the right foot as far left as you can and reach down toward the floor. If you can take this further, keep the right hip above the left and maybe lift to the fingertips of the right hand. Just feel that stretch. All right, with your next inhale, square this up, straighten your right leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, set the right foot down. Now press in your hands, bend your knees, sink your seat back toward your heels. And then once you sink low, walk your hands back in and bring yourself into a squat at the back of the mat. Now from here, when you're ready, and again, just take this as low as you can. Keep the toes where they are. And then bring your hands down, walk this out, stretch your body out, touch your knees down. And then walk this to the back of the mat, come back into your squat. Again, bring your hands down, walk this forward, stretch this out long. Walk it all the way back, set your heels, come back to the squat. And then one more time, walk your hands forward, stretch this out long, touch your knees down. Now keep your hands forward. And then walk your feet forward and come into a forward fold. Now once your feet are at the front of the mat, just bring that right foot in the center, that's your base. Pull the left knee to your chest, round your spine. Now take hold of the left knee and then round this all the way up to vertical. Now give yourself a moment, find your balance here. Grip the floor with the right big toe. When you're ready, with your right hand, take hold of your right hip. With your left hand, hold the left knee and pull the knee to the side. Now keep the toes left foot pointed down. You can stay here. And if you want to go further, left hand inside the left leg. Press the left arm into the left leg. Keep that tension. And if you want to move, only move your left leg. Dip the left big toe to the floor. Pull the knee up high behind your arm. Left big toe comes down again. And then pull the knee high. One more time, left big toe down. Pull the knee up high. Now take hold of the left knee with your left hand. Hold here. Now, we're going to take this into a little bit of a tricky transition. So just work this as best you can. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Keep your left knee to the side. Bend into your right knee. Hinge from the right hip. And then right hand reaches forward and then down to the floor. So bring the right hand all the way down. Try to keep your left knee lifted. And we're taking this to half moon. So go ahead, extend your left leg straight back. You can keep that left hand on your left hip, and you can keep the right knee bent. If you can go further, straighten the right leg. Maybe reach your left arm straight up. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the right knee slowly, set the left foot down, and open up to the left side. We're going to take this into a straddle stance here, facing the left side of the mat. So the feet can go wider, maybe narrower here, whatever your hips allow. But heels in, toes out, straight legs. Now once you find your position, bring your hands to your low back, interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come toward halfway down. You can stay up higher, but keep the fold and keep your core engaged. Hold the arch in your spine so you're not just rounding your head down. Chest stays open. We're going to take this side to side. So bend deep into left knee. Bring your torso inside your left thigh as far as you can go. And then come back to center. Stay folded. Bend deep into the right knee. Sink inside that right leg. And then come back to center. Bend deep into left knee. Sink to your left side as far as you can. And then come back to center here. Take it as deep as you can over to the right side. And then come back to center. One more time. Deep into left knee. Come down low. Hold here. Shoulders pulled back. Now, release your hands. Left arm stays behind your back. Right hand comes to the floor. And maybe just lift the left shoulder, find a twist. Now, you can take this further. You can straighten the left leg. Keep that left shoulder high. Look up toward the ceiling. If you want to go further yet, you can use the right hand. Take hold of your left ankle. And use that to draw your torso down toward the floor or toward the left leg. But keep that left shoulder high. You're still trying to look up toward the ceiling. Keep your twist. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release this. Bring both hands down. And then turn to your right side. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. And you're going to find low lunge for a moment. And then step your left foot forward. Now I want to take that low crow setup again. So both hands down, both feet are down. Hands are shoulder width. Now grip the floor with your fingertips. Go ahead and lift your heels. And again, bring the knees outside your arms. Now look forward, lean forward. Keep that grip. Maybe just lean a little bit. And if you're going to try to balance it, keep leaning, try to lift your feet together, big toes to touch. Squeeze the thighs in, keep that tension on the insides of your legs. And then when you're ready, go ahead and step it back, and we'll take another Vinyasa. Once you find your high plank, just pause for a moment. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set your knees down. Now shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. Now we're going to take all that on the other side. So with your next inhale, raise your left leg high behind you. Scorpion dog. Bend your left knee. Hang your left foot as far right as you can. Reach that left foot toward the floor on the right side. Now keep the left hip lifted. Try to take this further. See about lifting to the fingertips of your left hand. Feel that stretch. Feel the twist. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, set the left foot down. Now look forward toward your hands, bend your knees, bring your seat low toward your heels. And then walk your hands back and come to a deep squat at the back of the mat. Now again from here, be ready to move. Lift your hips a little bit. Hands come down. Now walk this forward as far as you can. Stretch your body out, touch your knees down. And then walk your hands back in and sink back into that squat. Again, hands come down, walk them forward, stretch this out long, touch your knees down. Walk back in and find that squat. One more time, walk your hands forward, stretch this out, touch your knees down. And then walk your hands back in, sink back into that squat. And this time, walk this forward, stretch this out long, touch your knees down. And then walk your feet forward. And you're bringing this to a loose forward fold. Now once you're at the front, step the left foot between your hands, that's your base foot. Pull the right knee into your chest, around your spine. Now take hold of the right knee and slowly round this all the way up to vertical. Now dig into that left big toe. Take a moment here to breathe. When you're ready, left hand to your left hip. Pull the right knee out to the side with your right hand and keep the toes pointed down. Now if you can go further, bring the right arm inside the right leg. Keep the arm and leg pressing into each other. And if you can move with this, dip the right big toe to the floor. Pull the knee up high, right big toe down, and pull the knee up. Right big toe down, pull the knee high again. Now keep it lifted. Go ahead and take hold of that right knee. And then we're going to move a little bit here and take this slowly toward that half moon. So put a little bend in the left knee. Bring the right hand to your right hip, but keep the knee to the side. And then left hand reaches forward and then starts to reach down. Now take this slow. Bring that left hand all the way down to the floor. And go ahead, extend the right leg straight back. Now you can keep the left knee bent. That's all right. Straighten it if you can. Look out to the right side. Try to stack the right shoulder and right hip above the left. Maybe reach your right arm high. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly bend the left knee, set the right foot down, and open up to the right side. Come into your straddle stance here. So again, take a moment to adjust it. So you can bring the feet out wider or narrower, whatever your hips allow. Heels in, toes out, both legs straight. When you're ready, bring your hands to your low back. Interlace your fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, open up your chest. And then from here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly hinges toward halfway down. Now you don't have to come down all that way, but keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your legs straight to start. And be sure you're not just dropping your head toward the floor. Now let's take it back and forth with the fold. So bend deep into the right knee, sink low inside the right thigh, and then come back up to center. Bend deep into the left knee, sink inside your left leg. Back to center here. Come deep over to the right side again, and then bring it back to center. Sink deep to the left, and then come back up to center. One more time, sink deep to the right side, stay here, and then release your grip. Right arm stays behind your back, but left hand comes down to the floor. Now, draw the right shoulder back, look up toward the ceiling, and then see about straightening that right leg if you want to take it there. Now, if you want to take it even deeper, keep the twist, but with your left hand, you can hold the right ankle and pull your torso down even closer to that right leg. Keep the right shoulder high and keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Bring both hands down. Now turn to the left side. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. And then step the right foot forward next to the left, so you're in a loose forward fold. One more time into that flattened crow. When you're ready, just press in your hands, dig your fingertips down, lift your heels, and bring the knees outside your arms. Now stay low here, but look forward, start to lean. Take it slow, squeeze the legs in. And if you're going to balance it, keep leaning forward. If your feet lift, bring the toes to touch, but keep the inner thighs engaged. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and step this back to high plank. And we'll take it through one more vinyasa. So once you're ready from plank, take an inhale. With the exhale, set the knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high to down dog. Once you find your down dog, let's take this to half pigeon. When you're ready, take an inhale. Raise your right leg high behind you. And then with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten out your left foot, straighten your left leg. Pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. And sink your weight straight down. Keep the hips squared like this. Now you can always stay upright. This might be good enough. You can always go deeper. And if you want to settle in, you can come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. But just breathe into this for a moment. Now from here, if your hands are forward, walk them back into center. And then when the hands are close enough, tuck the toes of your left foot, release your right leg, and just shake it out for a moment. We're going to take that on the other side. So once your right foot comes down, inhale your left leg up high. And then with the exhale, bring that left knee forward behind the left wrist. Left ankle somewhere behind the right. Now right knee down, flatten the right foot, pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left. And just sink your weight straight down, hips are squared. And again, maybe you stay upright and this is good enough. Now you can take this deeper if you want to go toward one of the back bends. And if you want to settle in, which most people do, you can come down to the elbows. We'll melt this down. Just take it to where you need to right now. Now again here, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. Tuck the toes of the right foot, release your left leg. Take a moment, just shake it out. And then once you set your left foot down, bring your knees to the mat. Legs out from underneath you, come to a seat. Now once you're seated, we're going to take this into a figure four shape, so a little bit more into the outer hip. So just lean back a little bit. And with both knees bent, cross the right leg over the left. Now you can use your hand if you need to, but get the right ankle past your left thigh, curl the toes of the right foot, And this is basically the same figure from the cross leg position that you were in when you're in half pigeon. A little bit different with the left leg though. Now, keep the right knee out to the side, keep the toes, the right foot curled. And if you want to make this more intense, go ahead and pull that left leg in closer and press your chest toward the right leg. And maybe just move this a little bit side to side here. Now keep the toes, the right foot curled. Just breathe into this. Look for at least some of that stretch in the outer right hip. And use your hands to brace this to keep your torso toward upright. Now if you want to take this further, keep the toes, the right foot curled, curl the toes, the left foot as well. And then maybe bring your right foot over to your left side, look over your right shoulder. You don't have to come all the way down, but this will work a deeper twist and probably take this further into the outer right hip, but just breathe. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, just come back to center, release the cross your legs. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So the right foot stays down. Bring the left ankle across your right thigh. Now curl the toes, your left foot, the left knee stays to the side. You can always use your hand to arrange the leg. And you can stay further out, or you can push yourself closer. You can always bring that right foot closer to keep the left leg squeezing in. Now keep the toes, left foot curled, keep that leg tense. Press your chest forward. And just breathe into this here. You can move this a little bit side to side as well. And then to take this a little bit further, keep the legs tense like this, but curl the toes of the right foot up as well. And then let your knees, let the right knee go to the right, let the left foot go to the right, bring your gaze to the left. Keep your legs pressed together, just feel the twist and breathe. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just turn back to center. Release the cross of your legs. And we're going to take this into a reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you about hips width distance apart. Hands come behind the shoulders around shoulder width. Now, fingertips forward if you can. If you need to back off from that, you can always rotate your fingers out to the sides, whatever the wrist can handle. But press into your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. Let's take this up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. Now inhale, lift one more time and hold here. Now you can look forward, look up, you can hang your head back, but keep your glutes squeezing and keep your hips lifting, and just breathe. Take an inhale. With the exhale, sink all the way down. Now once you're down, just keep your feet on the floor and then slowly roll all the way down onto your back. And then once you're down, we're going to take this into bridge pose here. So feet and knees in front of you, about hips width distance apart. Bring the heels in close so you can flatten your low back as much as possible while you're down. Now arms to your sides with the palms on the floor. Keep your gaze up high. When you're ready here with an inhale, pressing your feet, lift your hips and just stay lifted. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips pressing high, keep breathing. And if you want to take this further, keep the tension in your glutes, and then maybe reach your arms straight up toward the ceiling, make your hands into fists, and press your shoulders further into the floor as you squeeze your glutes and press the hips higher still. Hold the tension. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, roll this back down. Bring your knees to your chest and your hands to your knees. Squeeze everything in. And then let's take this into happy baby. Go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And then pull down on both sides. Try to press the knees to the floor outside your ribs and press your feet up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Now try to flatten your spine, stick your tailbone down toward the floor. And you can rock this side to side if you want to take it further. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally from here, take a deep inhale, draw it down as much as you can. With your exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready, start to move again here. Fingers and toes. Arms and legs. And then take an inhale. Stretch this out long. Reach your arms past your head. And then draw this back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest. Pull your knees up as well. And then just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. Now ground yourself into the mat. Go ahead, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale here. Hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Now thank you for joining class. Namaste.